me get a raised hand. Who is a food service director that's in here today? Who's a farmer? Okay. Who is just a concerned citizen? Okay. All right. Well, I hope y'all can get some good information. I don't have a formal presentation. I'm just going to talk a little bit about our program and some of the things we're doing in our school district so you can get a kind of an idea of where our focus is right now. I am part of the Oktibbeha Consolidated School District. In 2014, the Starkville School District consolidated with the Oktibbeha County School District, and we now have 6 schools or 6 locations. In those 6 locations, we have 5,100 students, and we have a free and reduced price meal percentage of 70%. So that goes to show you kind of what the clientele or the student population that we're servicing. I've been in this position 3 years, and I'm trying to actively become more involved in the classroom with nutrition education. We're going to pilot the Smarter Lunchroom movement in one of our smallest schools that we consolidated with, so we can get some huge resources in and target their student population with different fresh produces that we might not already be menuing. Like was mentioned during lunch, we were one of the schools that accepted the Farm to School Week Procurement Challenge this year, and that was very exciting for me. We featured that at Sudeth Elementary, which is our kindergarten and first grade school. They have 800 students enrolled there. It was a big challenge for me to try to procure something in October because a lot of your easy to prepare harvest or produce had already been harvested. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but we featured a Mississippi grown product every day for that school. We utilized the Department of Defense program, so we featured cantaloupes one day, southern peas one day, and I think sweet potatoes. We also procured local butternut squash, and they were very cute because they were itty bitty. So they were not your typical butternut squash, but we roasted, sliced those, peeled the seeds out, roasted those, and that was something that students had never seen before. And they accepted them because they were itty bitty. And that was closer to the texture of sweet potatoes when we did it like that, which they were familiar with. We also sourced local salad mix from Bountiful Harvest Farms that's out of Starkville. It was a mixture of sprouts and meal and just a field mix that we featured that. And students are used to tossed salads, but the variety that we usually serve is a tossed romaine mix. And then we also serve sweet potatoes from Barnum, and that were provided to us by McGregor Farms. So that's kind of my experience with Farm to School. We do participate in the DOD program throughout the whole year, and we make a point this year to feature all the items that we're receiving on our menu so parents and students can see that this is a Mississippi grown product, and maybe that will encourage them or entice them to participate in our lunch that day.
So how that works is you find a partner, you'll let rock, paper, scissors, whoever wins.
Right now we are working with MSU on the move. They're in their year 3 of their Blue Cross Blue Shield grant, and they have to provide 25% of their time in the community. So with them and myself, we're trying to get into the classroom to do more nutrition education so we can tie in our school gardens that we have with nutrition education and then feature those products in the cafeteria. Is there Does anybody have any questions right now for me as far as what I might be looking for in Starkville or anything about Starkville? Okay, I'm looking for produce that is either processed or easy for us to serve. So if you have earlier. We can do kale chips, we can stew it down with our turnip greens that we already use. Those about probably the extent, if it was fresh, we could mix it in with our salad mix.
When you mix some salad, would it be like kale, cucumbers, tomatoes, or you saying kale?
I would mix the kale within spinach and a romaine eggs.
We produce a kale that's strictly for replaces the lettuce.
Oh, okay.
With along with cucumbers.
Okay.
Tomatoes.
So in your situation, we would need it to be washed and chopped.
Right.
Yes, sir.
What do you call locally grown? Kind of raising.
Well, we have really not established that because farm to school is fairly new in our district. I would say right now, local for us would be Mississippi grown. That would kind of be the extent of where we're trying to focus and trying to fill out and see where we're at. Okay. Yes, sir. Mushrooms? That's very interesting. I've never even considered mushrooms. That would be something we would need to do recipe testing on and do some taste testing in the classrooms. Yes, sir.
What about natural poultry products like eggs or like kind of chicken?
Okay, so right now we do not serve any bone-in chicken.
Okay.
So all of our chicken products are bone out. We do get some commodities or USDA roasted chicken. And that would all be based on price point being the protein the most expensive because we utilize a lot of USDA proteins.
What about eggs?
We don't really, they're mainly in with cornbreads. We don't use a tremendous amount of eggs. We don't menu eggs for breakfast.
How do you make your decision on which farmer to use and how do you arrive at the price that you're going to pay?
Okay, so what we do is if we were going to put out a bid or get quotes, what we would do is we would contact you or put out the bid and get responses, and we would go with the lowest price that met our qualifications. So that goes along with any other purchase that we operate and follow the guidelines for USDA.
Now, don't the DOD take into account the fact that if it's locally grown, they pay a little more for it?
DOD is something separate.
But in your school, if you really spend your money, locally grown doesn't really matter. It's more of you got to know the price.
Right. Okay, but like if I put out a bid and I set specific qualifications on there and you met that, the other people submitting their bid should have the same price points as you if they're meeting those specifications.
Well, that sounds pretty good. The real challenge is the fact that a big company like Cisco is doing so much volume.
They would not be submitting us a bid for cable.
So so it would be strictly farmers?
If people were looking, it would be our local produce providers, United Produce, and I doubt they would be able to provide a specification that would match what you put. So if we put something out, it would be geared towards making sure the farmers could meet those specifications easier than some of the larger companies that are not going to be local. That's what it is.
So you make it legal right here.
Yes, we would word it and put it so it's in the farmer's favor. But if we had two local farmers who could meet the specifications, it's going to come down to price. And unless we have just cause, we have to take the lowest price.
Price and packaging is important too.
That would be specified in our,
What's your price range per serving on your side? Like not your protein, but your vegetables and
I cannot tell you that because a lot of our sides are provided by our USDA commodities, favors, and DOD.
And actually, you may want to, since you're the station, you may want to come some of the same.
Or do
Yeah,
you?
she's doing great. It really would vary. I mean,
It
we look
varies.
for the plate, like at the end of the week, a plate, an average plate cost.
Still in the range of 18 to 26 cents.
okay.
As low as 18
And the right, yeah.
And all of our servings are half a cup servings. Will?
I was going to echo that.
Oh,
I
okay.
learned that in a previous talk. Cup serving is like 26.
18.
Unless it's the fresh range and it's a full cup. We get complicated.
Yeah, but we would most likely, in my school district, we would still serve a half cup, but we would just not credit the serving size would still be half cup. I don't know what you do, but the menu plating.
All right, I'm gonna step down, but if anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to echo any other things, or I'll be hanging around after the session.
All right, as mentioned earlier, my name is Eric Simpson. I'm from Georgia. West Point, to be specific, I have a farm on a small sustainable farm. My farm is called Healthy Ecosystem. But most important, I'm representing the organization that I farm with, which is the West Point Farmers Cooperative. This is a cooperative that was established in 1966, and it was established before I was born. I just became a part of this cooperative in late 2011 and 2012. As was mentioned earlier in the bio introduction, we started doing farm to school in October, actually in August of 2015. Our methods of getting our food into the system is done primarily two ways. We had a third way. We used to do the standard big distributor, but we got out of that quickly. That wasn't working for us. It wasn't farmer friendly enough. So we distribute most of our food through a food hub, and we also, which is the best model I think, is we direct sell our food to our local school system. And of course, in some of the questions that I heard asked when my previous colleague was up sitting down, some of this you may get some of these answers in this presentation. Just some pictures of our evolution from the days of our feed mill to we have community gardens and we have farms that range in scale from 1 acre to 500 acres. All right, so what do schools want? What do the parents of these children want in their bodies? Public schools. All right. And of course, this is information specific to Georgia. I don't know about Mississippi, but specific to Georgia. And this is information that's passed back through us from our distributor, particularly our food hub. Now, we don't do any processing ourselves. We sell our items fresh from the field, and our food hub, they have the facilities, they do the bagging, they do the washing, they do the chopping, they do the processing. The food hub, we sell the food hub. Public schools now must have processed product. As was mentioned earlier, price is an issue for them. Why? Taxpayer money. You want to keep the taxpayers' expenses low and their price effectiveness high. And the typical products that our schools have been ordering, especially right about now this time of year, typically your leafy greens, more specifically broccoli, carrots, and they want those chopped. Cabbage, they want those chopped. And some apples. And most of our apples in Georgia come from North Georgia, so we can't help them too much with apples right now. But we can pretty much help them with all of the other products. Private schools. Do any of you all work in a private school or source for a private school or have dealings with food in private schools? That's a niche that you may want to explore if you're doing private school. It's pretty much wide open market. And it is a great sector to work with for these particular reasons here. They have more flexibility with cutting their own. The processing, they have a lot of flexibility. They're not beholden to the same USDA rules that your public schools are. They also have more flexibility with the staff and with their money. And they often get specialty items. So if you are a farm that's doing specialty items such as cheeses and eggs, deviled eggs, private schools do a lot of catered events. So that opens up the opportunity for a lot of specialty items. They order a lot of apples, but you notice these apples, they'll go outside of the box and get some specialty apples. And they typically want tomatoes because they do salad bars every day, lettuces, carrots, broccoli. Most of these items that you will see are salad items, plus with the exception of broccoli. All right, our colleges and universities, we don't think too much about those either when we think of farm school. They are part of the farm school mix as well. And some of our food goes into schools such as Aggie Scott, Georgia State, Georgia Tech. And processed product is preferred by these large schools. Can anybody take a guess as to why colleges and universities prefer packaged products?
You don't have to handle it
And what about the culture of colleges and universities versus secondary schools? In secondary school, lunch is almost like another period, right? But in colleges, it's not like that. I mean, it's the convenience system is the key objective here. And the products that they're wanting are bell peppers, apples and onions, sweet potatoes, and broccoli. Everybody wants broccoli. This is our favorite model. Our local school, our farm direct. This is what they desire. They desire items that are in season. So they have been educated because they spend a lot of time with the farmer down the road, co-ops like us. So they want the items that are in season because they want to educate their students and their parents on eating in season and what that has historically meant and why it's relevant now. Local, somebody asked to define local. Local, this system is within 50 miles. Most of the farms that we serve in our local system are pretty much within the same county of this school. I'm barely out of county, but most of these farms are within county. And if they can't get it in county, they want it from Georgia. So Georgia grown is, so in this context, the state is local. And there was a question about the procurement process as it pertains to local, how much control do they have on being able to purchase from local farmers. Some of you all may have been in the session this morning where there was that subject. You remember the topic of micro purchasing. Our school system has a threshold of $3,000. Some school systems are a little higher, but if they make a purchase under $3,000, they don't have to bid it out. But
USDA, that's federal.
right. Exactly. But now, and of course, the gentleman who was here earlier was talking about when you get in early enough, you can get in before the rules change. Well, now they changed the rules. Now they got to spread it. So we used to get a lion's share of that micro purchase activity. Now we're not getting as much because guess what? Other local farmers found out about it. So they started bringing trucks up to the back of the cafeteria or whatever the case may be. So that's what our school systems want in Georgia. Our public schools, our private schools, our universities, and our local schools. And that's pretty much the presentation. That's just who we are, West Georgia Farmers Market. So I'll entertain any questions you may have now as it pertains to our experience and anything that they can have to hear in Mississippi.
How did the food hub, is that what you call it, that and the processing and everything, how did that come about? I mean, were the farmers said, okay, we're going to get into this and we're going to start this up? Or was it other people interested that said, hey, we're going to do this and provide this service to the farmers and get our cut as well?
Yeah. The food hub model, the food hub that we worked with in Georgia was duplicated from a model in Philadelphia that was very successful. And of course, keep in mind, the food hub is a nonprofit. Keep that in mind. You know, they're nonprofit, so they haven't fully developed this model to where they can do this as a totally for-profit business. They're trying to get there. That's their objective. But the food hub actually sought out farmers like us because they share the values. They share the values that we share. They are looking out for the interests of the farmers. As I mentioned earlier, the very first venture into farming school, we were working with a big distributor system level. That didn't go that well. They rejected our first order for an old sticker on a crate like that, on one of those like we use for crates. The product was perfect. 40 cases of kale, 30 cases of cabbage, outright rejected. So that's like $5,000 just set on fire. That farmer may have had a tractor paid. He may have needed to purchase his kids and clothes for his first week of school. They didn't care. So we were glad when the food came calling us because we wanted another model. And so, but the food hub came into existence to aggregate farmers and to show their customers because a lot of the big institutional customers, they want this food, but the commercial brokers out there are not as sold all the values behind this as food hubs are. And so they were able to sell them on the values, and most importantly, show them that they can get product into their facilities, into their institutions at a reasonable price. The institutions are loving it. The model is working well. Farmers are definitely loving it. But that's how food hubs got it. Yes, sir.
Some of these crops that you're talking about being so popular, like broccoli and carrots, I know from my perspective, it's really hard to make money on those crops, especially like being sustainable, not using herbicides and growing carrots. Are you able to get a pass for carrots that justifies growing them? I mean, I can see doing like collards or kale or something cheap enough. Can you talk about pricing at all?
Yes. There's a compromise, so to speak. You compromise price, if quantity justifies the low prices, you get enough of it to make it worthwhile. And of course, some farmer, one of our farmers, that may be all he has in the field, at a certain time of year. And instead of just giving them away, he can make some money off of them. And so, yeah, there are some products that make more than others. Like we sell a lot of red and white potatoes in our local school system. Those are pretty popular. That's pretty profitable because people are growing them in Georgia after September. But our farmers grow enough during the time that they are in season, and because they store, they're able to offload them throughout the school year until about December.
And with the direct sales, so say like you have a crop of carrots coming in, you call the school system or the individual school like 2 weeks ahead of time?
Yes, and that's another beauty. That's another aspect of that relationship. It's typically a very personal. It's a true relationship. Our communication is done via email. This is what we got because, as you saw on the slide, they want what's in season. They've already committed to buying all of the lettuce that we can grow, so we know we can definitely sell lettuce, all of the salads because why they do salad bars every day at high school. I think even at the middle school as well. And so, yeah, that's how that relationship works. We tell them what's in season, and they may not need everything or want everything we have, but they'll typically get 4 or 5 things. All right, well, thank you all for your participation.
As you said earlier, I'm Ashley Harris. One thing really important that I left out of my information packet was I'm the daughter of a farmer. Cattle, pines, satsumas. So I guess my roots are really strong when it comes to farm school and food. I went to school for nutrition and dietetics and ended up right back around food and supporting local foods. My definition of local is really just U.S. because, as I can show you, we purchase foods through the state department's purchasing program, but also the U.S. DOD Fresh and Mississippi DOD Fresh. So I haven't really been able to branch out and work with local farmers, mostly because of my region. I'm down in the south part of Mississippi, as close to the water as you can get, and then as close to Alabama as you can get. And so we struggle a little bit down there on the coast with just knowing, at least the farms I know of are like an hour or so. So I depend on our local vendor who works with MDE to find local foods for us. But my definition of local isn't necessarily just Mississippi or just coastal. It could really be Alabama, Louisiana, or just U.S. So go to the next slide. Today I just brought pictures to show you. So we are a part of the state co-op as far as purchasing fruit goes, as well as our frozen and our canned goods. This morning, Don Stubbs and Christelle Hicks from MDE spoke a little bit about what they do for our schools, and they do all of the specification writing. They go and they monitor the facilities to make sure that they have good handling practices, but they get those competitive prices for us. So why would a director not participate in just like me, want to also try to support the local farmers who can't necessarily get that GAP certification because of cost. To me, as long as you can answer most of those questions on that Mississippi food safety checklist, if I was up in your areas, north part of Mississippi, I would be reaching out to Lori. Because you can, just because you don't have that piece of paper from USDA, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not meeting those good agricultural practices. So this is just a few of the foods that we order on a regular basis. You know, strawberries are not really in season right now, but August to October, we're serving strawberries and grapes. Oranges are a staple. Kiwi, any local, fresh fruit we can purchase that, you know, I feel like students easy to prep for us. But we serve half a cup of fresh fruit daily, every day on our menu, and they do get tired of apples and oranges. The other half cup serving is normally in the canned version. So here's another example of just some fresh produce on a serving line. We have, of course, some oranges. Down here is Mississippi DOD blueberries that come in frozen. Then you have canned peaches, and you see the strawberries and the oranges. We have entree salads, and wraps. So our entree salads, we use the romaine lettuce. We keep purchasing romaine lettuce from the DOD Fresh program, but we also purchase the romaine lettuce from Gulf Coast Produce on the coast. That's who we purchase through the State Department. Cucumbers and tomatoes oftentimes are from Mississippi, and we keep an order of the Mississippi DOD cucumbers and tomatoes. So every year, my district is allocated about $40,000 in entitlement funds that either go towards DOD Fresh or the Mississippi DOD. And what I do in the spring before the school year, I reviewed the Mississippi DOD products and just came up with a delivery schedule that would work for our school. So around the holidays, I would choose not to make a delivery, but at least most weeks, except for like that week before a holiday, we're receiving something from Mississippi DOD. And then the remaining funds we put towards the DOD Fresh program. But like I said, it's just easier for me where I am. I have 18 sites, I have 120 employees. We struggle just getting out to do reviews for our admin reviews, as well as with labor. I mean, at times I've stuck cashiering, so it's I struggle with having that time to write a specification and to reach out to farmers. So I really do depend on the State Department, even though I know that I could do better at finding someone local. Our wraps are in this picture right here. We have a wrap that's a whole grain tortilla, that's a USDA food, as well as the turkey or veal is a USDA food. And then we have shredded cheese, that's a USDA food. On over. This is an example of some state purchase products. That's frozen vegetable medley. This is cabbage that we order on a regular basis, menu at least once a month in our cycle, and sweet potatoes. So we order all of these foods from Gulf Coast Produce. This is an example of USDA foods. We love our boned-in chicken. We allocate a lot of money towards just the protein items. So I rarely have to purchase cheese because I always have commodity cheese coming in, as well as cut up chicken, roasted chicken, pork roast, turkey roast, hams. This is our new warehouse freezer. It was in CMD. We just replaced our warehouse freezer this summer, and we can fit about 700 cases at a time of frozen product. And all of our USDA commodity foods come into this warehouse on a weekly basis. So we're rotating it out as soon as we get it. And I'm allocated about $300,000 a year in my school district supporting U.S. agriculture. And that's one thing I love about child nutrition programs. So DoD Fresh, this is the best product, as we were talking about earlier, the things that are already processed, because as I mentioned, labor is already an issue. This is just an example of DoD romaine lettuce, cucumbers and tomatoes that were most likely Mississippi, and then shredded USDA cheese. Someone asked earlier about cost. Just so you know, you probably already know this, but we only receive 85% of my revenue is federally funded. The rest, the other 25% is based on daily sales from adults eating with us and extra food sales, maybe some special functions that we do. But the majority comes from federal reimbursement, and per meal we only get a little more than $3 a meal. So from that, we have to serve meat, bread, grain, milk, fruit, vegetable, plus pay the labor, plus pay the supplies. So, the cheaper the better. But doing things like this will bring more people into eating, which drives, if you get your participation up, you can afford to purchase these items. It's worth it. Somebody told me one day, I said, I can only afford chicken nuggets, I can't afford the chicken tenders. And the director was like, yes, you can, because you will get them in. You will get them in. And the participation is what drives the revenue of your whole program. So anyway, it's true. The more they eat with their eyes, even if they think that the broccoli is yuck, they may just come eat with you because they see that broccoli online. And then the more they're exposed to it, the more they may try and eat it. So we do want fresh products. We do want fruits and vegetables on our farms. This is an example of DoD peaches that we receive, carrots as well, and then side salads. This is Mississippi, and we also participated in the Farm to School Challenge this year. Our students got fun little stickers, but squash and zucchini from Mississippi, that's before we were preparing it, and then sweet potatoes. My school district loves sweet potatoes. Eubanks potatoes, that's an hour away north of us in Lucedale. And then the frozen blueberries were also, and the cherry tomatoes and cucumbers, all of that's Mississippi grown. And one of my schools during Farm to School Week, this was last school year, the State Department's awesome. They give us all of these great signs to hang. We hang this Farm to School Week once in October, but all of our other signs remain hanging during the school year to show that we support Mississippi agriculture. And the State Department came out during Farm to School Week. This is Scott Clements and Donna Stubbs with my cafeteria staff from Jackson Elementary. This is one of the schools that took the Farm to School Challenge because we have the fresh fruit and vegetable program there. And what that is we applied for the fresh fruit and vegetable program that USDA has. The idea of the fresh fruit and vegetable program is that you are promoting the intake of fruits and vegetables, the exposure of fruits and vegetables to students in low-income areas. So my free and reduced percentages were really important for that. Last year we had Jackson Elementary. This year we added another school. We have two sites now. And you can't use these items in your school nutrition program as far as breakfast or lunch. This idea is you're taking it to the classroom, teaching the students, exposing the students to the classroom. So we have like 300 students receive 2 samples of fresh fruit or vegetable weekly. I had at one site $14,000 to spend this year on fresh fruits and vegetables. So they came to visit our program. We provide a little nutrition blurb on some of the food we serve, and students get to taste it. Some items we may throw in a little dip of ranch, but most of the time it's just a taste of something raw.
Can I just add on?
Yeah.
It's interesting talking with school districts that do that, because then the kids go home and they say, I want that product, and then the school sports and grocery stores in these little bitty towns need much more of the deal that they have in their vegetable programs that they have in school. So it's neat
Right, right. And normally we'll pair something that may be, I mean, this is like a 2-ounce taste test. We partnered with Four Seasons Produce on the coast. They're a local vendor, but they don't have our state purchasing contract right now. But we partnered with them, and they process it for us. It's real safe. We don't do any of the processing. We put all of our money towards the food and not the labor. And it's delivered the morning of the program. And I wish I had more pictures of it. But say we may do like a piece of a pineapple, so you know they're going to like that. And then we'll give them something that's maybe less popular, like a healthy fruit or a star fruit or something like that. So it's exciting. But you're here to know what the schools want to buy. Well, we have several programs: the lunch program, the breakfast program, after-school snack program, and my school district has the fresh fruit and vegetable program. All of these things, all of these programs either require a cup or a half a cup of fruit or vegetables. So we want fresh and frozen. Like I said, I'm not excited about a can. Something that's being poured out of a can. Yeah, for storage purposes, that's kind of important in child nutrition, but we really do want something fresh or frozen, or something that appears fresh on the surface. Reduce prep time, just like Ginny was saying. Labor's an issue. Training is an issue. One year we got all of this star fruit from DOD, and it was still green, bright green, and not edible, but they sliced it all and served it, and it was garbage. And so just training is an issue on how to slice a pineapple, how to slice a watermelon, but anything that we can get already processed. Not to say that we wouldn't take the whole sweet potato. We take the whole sweet potatoes, we take the whole zucchinis, we take the whole squash, and we do it all, but it's more of it's limited. Where if we were able to receive butternut squash or something on a regular basis that's already cubed, that would be much easier. We slice up our cabbage. So with the other thing was things that expire greater than 7 days from delivery, which is challenging. But our apple slices, we may receive those from DOD, and their expiration date is 2 days from now. So it helps if we can have longer expiration. And then safely grown, harvested, stored, and delivered. So like I said, GAP is not required when it comes to me. It is with the State Department. But we do need to have some checks and balances where we can be comfortable serving our population. Our children are susceptible to newborn illness. We are protecting the foods when it's received at our site, so we need to make sure that we are receiving something that's been taken care of. So as long as the farmer can share what they're doing as far as growing, harvesting, receiving, and storing, then we improve that. And then items that hold well. So this is something you may not think of, but cabbage, we menu it, but it's not the best leftover. So in child nutrition programs, we want items that would be able to hold well in a cooler, and like we would have a day or two to be able to process it and plan for it on the menu, but also something that may be able to be reheated. And I already talked a lot about the fresh fruit and vegetable program. This is where we try to bring different items in, like the chayote squash over in the back corner. The school, that was what we tasted the day the State Department came. That was Farm to School Week. And 50% of that population is Hispanic at that site, and they loved that squash. They were like, "This is local to me." So anyway, the star fruit, we had grapefruit, snap peach, pomegranate, papaya. So that's a fun part. Facebook or Twitter right now, go ahead and pull your phones out and follow the Cafeteria Gratiot School District. That's East Line Elementary. They always play the part. During Farm to School Week, they dress up like farmers. Have any questions for me?
Gap certification, school district, like you decide if you want that number.
So the state of Mississippi, John Stubbs spoke this morning about how they require the GAP certification, and she was also saying GIF, which was good handling practices. But the state has kind of given their approval or blessing for farm to school, and what's kept a lot of directors from doing it is, like I said, the specifications, but also some of the food safety issues. So they've given us a checklist to review, and we can just come say, okay, John, I want to come to your farm, and I'd like for you to provide satsumas or tomatoes or something like that. I would like to come observe your facility and your handling practices. And so there's a checklist that was floating around earlier that the state of Mississippi can give you, the Mississippi Department of Ed Child Nutrition Program can give you. Farm to School Network, I think, is who developed that list, so they can share it with you. So it could just be sort of a checks and balances for your operations. And so that would be my personal opinion as a director. I would take my observation and make my decision as to whether I would order from that farmer or not.
What does it look like today?
Just follow.
What do you need to eat?
I order them from Gulf Coast Produce, which is the vendor that's part of the MD, that's who has a contract with MD right now. We usually don't order strawberries from DOD Fresh, so I would say could be Mexico. I'm not sure.
I can't think about it. I mean, we get some in the street from Mississippi, but I'm not sure what region they're from.
We're talking about strawberries.
Strawberries.
If you're getting strawberries in Mississippi, it's probably from Lucedale Farm.
Yes,
They're like
that's
the
right.
biggest produce grower in the United States.
Probably Eubanks. And I would think that's where Gulf Coast Produce is. Or Louisiana, that's true. See, I'm right there by Louisiana and Florida. Yeah.
This might be kind of for all of you guys, but just when you talk about process, so are there any standards for how that process might look, like how processed, how far along? And then talk about the relationship between processing and hold time, because often those are like versus related. So if I process it, then it's not going to last nearly as long.
Exactly.
So how does that work for you guys in your experience?
I mean, honestly, that you're exactly right. That's why I stick to ordering sweet potatoes on a regular basis from Mississippi DOD. I choose foods that are going to hold. Like we got sweet potatoes last week, didn't use them all for Thanksgiving dinner this week. I know those are going to hold until after Thanksgiving break. And where our romaine lettuce that's coming in already processed doesn't hold as well. So you're right, that's challenging. But then I have staff who may not show up to work, and then that product not be processed. I mean, I may not have. What if they can't even cook? I struggle with.
Well, you have to start lunch at 10:45 in the morning, and so
The time constraint, and the apples, the celery sticks that are in the little packages. Of course, kids eat with their eyes. They're gonna like that because it looks like something cool. They can pick it up themselves. The convenience factor is not just at the at the college level anymore. We do grab and go breakfast at all of our sites. So the little packaged cranberries and raisins, all of those things they love already. So it's more of it just depends on the product. Honestly, like butternut squash would be one that we would not take the time to cut up. I still have one sitting in my house. It's because I haven't had the time to. Our broccoli, we purchased it already cut in florets for our salad. But cucumbers, we slice ourselves. It really just depends.
There are no standards. So if I was going to purchase from you, I would communicate with you how I would want it. So if we were talking about chopped greens, I would want them to be something similar to grocery store quality. Because that's what our cooks are used to preparing. They know how long it takes to cook them, and that's what our children are used to eat. As far as how long they would hold, I would work with the manager to say, I'm getting this product, how much do I need to order? And she knows, because she's in the kitchen every day, how much she's going to prepare, not to have a tremendous amount of leftovers.
Yeah. And that takes time because we started ordering, I think it was baby carrots or something from Dietetic Fresh, and then we had so many left. So you just also learn, I mean, from the mistakes sometimes. But then we had times that all of the turnips were gone first class. You know, the greens were gone, and we're like, well, we could have doubled that, but we didn't know how well they would take it.
Is there a product you're specifically requiring?
No, not specifically. I've heard process several times, and there's so many variations as far as thickness of slice, and how stuff is chopped and cubed and cut up, and there's so many variations in that. I don't know if there was like a standard or how these products are.
No standard unless it was in a bid, then it would have specifications. But if you're working with the director, that would be something we communicate one-on-one.
Say me as a farmer, and I got a BSBA facility processing plant that's close to me. I talk to you and you say, I want extra ingredients. I can take you to my facility, have a process, back. Now that depends on where you want them first right then, or they can put them in their facility and freeze.
And that would just be something we would communicate in that situation.
Yeah, because we purchased right now the greens we serve from state purchasing are frozen, bagged already.
And to that question, we get our standards around food. They basically, we learn so much from the way they package it and process it because that's the way their community wants it. So we get a lot of education from the distributor.
I know because I take my products to a facility and they are shipping some to Cisco, a couple more distributors, or they go to the growers the wall. But it's specifying that, you know, the packaging and the way they want to process the food system want to process the same way.
Usually.
What, so I was noticing like the salads are in some pretty nice plastic packaging. What percentage of, do you know how much y'all spend on packaging as compared to food? Is that a pretty significant cost for you?
No, my food is definitely the most significant.
Those are on the state purchase.
They're on, yeah, so
State purchases those clean shells. Well, it's on the bid.
yeah, so I'm part of the state co-op, so obviously more, you know, our prices are better.
Sure.
So, like she said, they're really affordable. I spend normally like 4% of my expenses is on supplies. You know, so those are we try to do less wrapping and things like that to save money, but I've learned that unless it's like a hamburger that you can prepare on the line, students love things like that, like convenience, like a wrap or a salad in a package.
Sure.
Like Americans, right? And like for me, it kind of feels like it's safer, and that's just how it's not. Obviously, it was still prepared the same way as others, but I don't know. American mentality.
What do you all do with the packaging? Just to go to the trash and
Yes,
recycle it?
But some districts do recycle.
Yes.
They do district specific.
That is.
So,
We have more dish rooms than some districts. Like about half of our schools are styrofoam and just thrown in the garbage on a daily basis. And then half of my schools are dish room schools. And as we renovate sites, we put dishwashers back in. But now we still do things like the packaged salad. They're just going to get that and put it on their lunch tray.
well, it seems like y'all are under such great budget and time constraints, and it seems like y'all are doing an awesome job within the parameters, you know, within the system that you're in. But like, how can we I'm not saying anybody's doing a bad job, because I know y'all are doing a great job, but how can we get real local food that's fresh in schools? I mean, it just seems so challenging.
Are you talking about like just in general or?
Just in general, like so rather than the apples having to be like already chopped up, and like how do they keep them looking like apples like that? Because I know if I chop an apple and leave it on a plate, it's going to turn brown.
Exactly.
They're pumping some preservatives into that bag, and so like how do we make it where like we're getting fresh, like real farm food?
I think it's education, and then putting so many school districts are limited. I mean, different districts have. I can't speak for other states or this state. You know, different districts have different ideas of who they want to run their departments. You know, maybe more of the financial side, or it may be more of the nutrition side. We have so many varieties of directors in the state of Mississippi. We have people who have the business side, we have people who have the food safety background, we have cooks who have worked over the years and become directors. Now it requires a 4-year degree to become a director. And then you also have to have some nutrition courses if you don't have a degree in nutrition. So I think that your goal, the U.S. Mississippi School Nutrition Association, the U.S. School Nutrition Association, MSAND, we all have those same goals, but it's challenging because of the budget constraints. And so it just, you know, I wanted to show you pictures of what we've done and how, we still serve french fries, we still serve pizza, chicken nuggets, that's what kids want to eat. But you can always make improvements. But we are a business. We have to, just like you are, just one day at a time and network as much as possible. And promote our programs as much as possible.
I don't mean to be judgmental at all.
Yeah, no.
I'm criticizing. I know y'all.
That was a great question. You were getting my rambling thoughts.
I do want to add one point. One thing that would help me as a director is if you have a crop fixing to come in, that you contact me and say, I have this crop coming in, would you like to menu it?
Or even at planning time. I'm planning on planting,
That would be better. That works for us.
Well, come to your school district.
Yeah.
That is what would help me, because I have lots of stuff I'm juggling to try to go out there and find the people that's on my menu. Go to your school district directors and say, hey, I would like to provide this for you, and I'm getting ready to plant my crop. Would you like to dedicate yourself to so many cases? And go ahead and start that legwork in advance. And remember, the optimal growing season in Mississippi is in the summer when we're not in school. And I know you all know that because you're at a farm to cafeteria conference. So if you have something that you're growing either early or late, let your directors know that, because when I think cucumber, I think, well, man, those dried up in August. So, I mean, I don't know that people have those. Okay, so just kind of go ahead and make that connection with your director in your area.
And we still have our menu plan if it doesn't work out. It's the drought.
Right. We plan our menu about a month in advance because we have to order our foods 2 weeks in advance. But we have local produce provider that if I put turnip greens on my menu, that I'm going to make sure I have a backup. Just like with DOD, a lot of their crops don't make because field conditions or something, but I know if I have that menu, I'm going to be able to get that product somewhere else. Unless it's just really an out-of-the-box product, then I'm going to be scurrying or doing something to make it the switch up.
That's all. Yeah, we're out of time for this session, but let the conversation continue if you all want to let it.